Okay, it's time for the NBA championship final preview. Joe Tilley here, along with
Ross Granado.
yes, Ross, and we have an interesting situation here. We've got the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers, two teams that have been to the NBA finals once before each. Neither team has ever won it, so somebody gets to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy for the very first time. OKC Thunder on paper look like the team to beat, 68-14 regular season. They've done very well in the playoffs. They're coming off a steamroll over the Timberwolves in the Western Final. But they're going to be tough against Indiana.
Yeah, they sure are. Like you said, I think the Thunder are definitely the team to beat. They had an amazing regular season. They have the MVP and they've carried it all throughout the playoffs. And I really think that OKC's whole team is just built around Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And, honestly, that team kind of reminds me a bit of like the 2019 Raptors and their championship run, Obviously not to the same degree because Shai and Kawhi are very different players, but in terms of the whole team being built around one player, I think that OKC did an absolutely great job at that.
Yeah, but Kawhi, a similar situation. Kawhi though had a lot of pieces there, and a lot of other guys rose to the occasion too. Kyle Lowry, Freddie Van Vliet, Pascal Siakam, who now suits up, of course, for the Pacers, and a lot of Canadian content in this series. We got from the Thunder side, we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the reigning NBA MVP, who's had a spectacular season and a very good playoff. I think you mentioned they were 31 points averaging per game. So, and our Lu Dort, another part of that backcourt, another Canadian kid who's done extremely well. Looking to cap a dream season. They've also got Jason Williams or Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein. They're a group that's been, very, very solid all the way through. But, Pascal Siakam, Spicy P, the former Raptor. He's got some pieces. He's also he was a conference finals MVP in the East, and Shai, of course, was a conference finals MVP in the West. So, two guys with the Canadian connections getting it done there. But you've also got Andrew Nembhard, right? Another Canadian kid, shooting guard from Aurora, Ontario, has teamed up with nicely with Tyrese Haliburton. Another Canadian, Ben Mathurin, coming off the bench, and some spectacular dunks in the playoffs by Ben. And it's going to be a real good final series.
Yeah, yeah, this is probably the most Canadian finals besides the 2019 Raptors team. There's a lot
Right.
of Canadian talent on both sides, and even the connections with like Siakam. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great finals. I think the X factor for the Pacers is probably going to be Siakam. He has that championship experience. He rose to the occasion in 2019, and in the regular season he won the most improved player, but even in the playoffs, like him and Kawhi had one of the best playoff runs of all time that was, similar to Jordan and Pippen in terms of points. And I think that like you said, he won the conference MVP, and I think that if he's able to rise to the occasion and continue his good play, I think that he'll be a key piece for the Pacers.
Yeah. So it is going to be a really good series, no doubt about it. And so much relies on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has to stay healthy. I'm assuming he will, and that's why I'm going to make my pick here that the Thunder are going to blow them away, not blow them away in terms of easy wins or anything like that, but the Thunder will roar and prevail. I think maybe six, perhaps seven games. It may come down to that seventh game, and a home court advantage.
Yeah, honestly, I think I might go with the Pacers here. I really like the 1-2 punch of Haliburton and Siakam, and I think that also the complementary pieces around those two are very good. It's going to be tough. It really is. Like you said, I honestly think it could be either team. The Thunder, they've got a lot of good players. I think that the Thunder may have the edge defensively over the Pacers, but I still think that, if the Pacers can find a way to shut down SGA, then they will have a lot easier time. And I think my pick will be Pacers in seven.
All right, good. Well, I mean, shutting down SGA, no problem. Everybody's been able to do that, haven't they?
Yeah.
the MVP
Yeah,
blew through the season. Yeah. So anyway, so we got a difference of opinion on this one. Perfect. So it's going to be a great series, and hope you enjoy it. I know we will.
we sure will.
All right. See you next time.
Thank you.